dating. Let me ask you this: do you desire marriage?
If I died tomorrow and I wasn't a wife, it wouldn't bother me.
No, because you'd be dead.
Damn.
Yeah.
So when people
Exactly.
say stuff like that,
No, but let me tell you why.
of course they're gonna
Because
bother you dead.
no, because there's some people that are like, if I don't get married, I would. It's the biggest
None of
regret.
that matters once you die.
No, but you got to hear me out because I felt like becoming who I was born to be. So let me talk about my. People always say engagements don't count, and my engagement changed my life, and it helped me understand me because I feel like most women we're sold the Cinderella story of marriage, right? So when I was young, I was sold the Cinderella story, like, oh, you meet somebody, Prince Charming. So I did what we recommend girls do. I went to college. I went to Hampton University, got into a relationship. After college, we got engaged. And I remember, it's so funny. My mother, everybody was happy. My daddy said to me, he was like, you are not ready to be anybody's wife. My dad knew. He said, you are so ambitious that you're going to have to give up everything of who you really are to be this man's wife. And I remember.
Because that's what marriage is. You guys become one. But usually the man is usually has a plan for you guys, so you may have to follow the guy's plan. So maybe he wasn't making much money or whatever it is. Clearly he wasn't good enough for you to join his plan and to become one. So your dad was right.
I remember being so mad at my dad because I was like, I don't think you would be happy, right? But he knew me. So one thing I loved about my engagement is that me and my ex-fiance, we took it serious. And we were like, if we get married, it's me and you until Jesus.
Yep.
Like, no matter what, if we do this, we end this. And having that pact in the beginning caused us both to really take this as a serious thing. What we learned was we had a real love for each other, but we had different life plans. And somebody was going to have to give up their life plan in order for the family to work. Now, at this time, I'm young. I'm in my 20s. I'm starting off in radio. I'm a graduate from Hampton University, but my first radio job, I made $7 an hour. And I'll never forget, I got a full-time job in Buffalo, New York, and they wanted me to sign a 3-year contract. I wouldn't sign the contract. So they said, okay, well, we're going to just let you go. It was December 20th. 5 days later, I didn't know, but my boyfriend then was planning to propose. And he proposed on Christmas Day. So I got fired, and then I got engaged on Christmas Day. So I didn't have a job, so I ended up moving with him. This is how my Chicago run began, because he was an electrical engineer living in Illinois. So I ended up moving to Illinois. So we had spent a year-long distance while I was working in Buffalo. So the first 2 weeks was amazing, right? Because it's like, okay, we're here. It's like honeymoon time. After that 2 weeks, he's going to work every day. I have no financial issues. Like, he has a reliable career, probably still has that job with that company at a higher level now. I moved in with him, so it was no extra bills. All I had to do was just get married and pop out some babies. And I said, this is not my life. This is not what God birthed me to become. And
wow. If that's not what God made put you on earth to become, then he would never have made you meet such a good guy that you claim he was. But this also goes back to, because I don't know if her parents are married, because she talked about her dad so much, she didn't mention her mom. So clearly, if she didn't see the marriage or the dad being married, there is no way it was going to transform into her life. And even her dad told her she was too ambitious to be married. So that obviously didn't help the situation, but that's because the dad didn't raise her to be married. Because let's face it, guys, so many of us have come from single parent households, and we don't know, we didn't see what marriage is. Some of you are from divorced houses. Even that has an impact on your psychic, because you're thinking marriage that isn't that important. If the people who brought me into this earth couldn't work it out and stay together, why should I get married? So if you meet someone who's good, eventually you're going to sabotage that. And someone said, I think it was Anton Daniels, that most women, actually, he said, not the exact words, but he said most women have met the man they were supposed to be married to, and they let him go.
I knew I wasn't a housewife. I was like, I would not be happy as just somebody's wife and having their kids. Like, there's just so much inside of me. And I decided I'm going to pursue this career that
Damn.
has no guarantee. Like
Feminism.
literally, radio is probably one of the most unreliable careers you can bet on.
Yeah, I heard.
But it was like I had to bet on me. And for a long time, I remember I used to think like, I used to be like, I chose my career over love.
You did.
The truth of the matter is, I didn't choose my career over love. I chose who I am. Like this.
No. She's trying to use so many words to make herself feel better. You know, so many times we do things, and then after some time down the road, we realize whatever we did, whatever choices we did, they were not the right ones, right? So we come up with all excuses to play victim, or so many excuses to make us feel better about the wrong decisions we did. Because there are so many career women who are married and they have kids. So are you saying they did the wrong thing and you the one who chose to choose your career over marriage, you did the right thing? You feel me? So if we have examples of ladies who are actually in their careers who have managed to be married and raise kids at the same time, how come you couldn't do it? And you claim he was a good man, so which means he was willing to understand where you, or maybe even work things out with you to see, you know, what you can do in forms of career. Because clearly the whole radio thing is not what you do currently. Currently you do content creation on YouTube. You feel me? But this just goes to show, man, she's a big influence. So imagine all the young ladies who are listening to her and currently they have good guys. They're gonna think, you know what, this is not for me, let me leave and be like Kendra and pursue my career.
This is who I am, whether I was making $1 off it or not. This is who Kendra is.
So why you say it had to be a choice though?
Exactly.
What changed? What
Well,
made it not work?
So what happened? Okay, I'm in radio. I ended up getting a job in Philly.
All right, you had
So
to
I got
relocate.
so I ended up I got fired from this job in Chicago. So now I had to relocate to Philly. And we were already kind of rocky because we were discovering, like, at that time he was ready to like have children and get married, like, because he didn't want to be an old father, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm not having your child until we get married. And so we were learning, like, okay, we don't really have the same alignment for life goals. And I knew if I took the job in Philly, it was a wrap. There was no way we were going to be able to survive another long distance relationship. And that's what happened. And I moved to Philly and our relationship did not survive.
How long y'all together from the day that y'all committed?
We were in college. So we started in college, and then I want to say we met probably like my sophomore year in college. You know, it's one of those, you together, then you're not together.
Yeah.
Then after, our engagement was like 3 years. Once we got engaged, it was like a 3-year process. So by this time, we really are just, because the thing is, he wasn't a bad guy and there wasn't like infidelity. It's different when you learn that, oh, I really love you, but we're just not on the same life plan.
Yes.
That's it's easy to leave a person if they cheat on you,
Yep.
if they're disrespectful. But when the love is real, but the life assignment isn't aligned, that's harder. So
Honestly, I'm going to blame a little bit of feminism here, because feminism is what told them to choose their careers over marriage. But the issue I have with that is, look at what it's doing to the community. Look at what single parent households are causing to the community. You know, look at what it does to the kids. Because at the end of the day, now in her situation, she has no kids. But majority of women who are in her situation, who choose careers over marriage, over a family of mom and dad in the household, and they have babies, usually the kids get to suffer. So you can choose. So in her, I'll give her some grace. She chose a career over marriage and she has no babies. So that's good. She can only suffer the consequences by herself. But so many other people have kids and then the kids get to suffer the consequences of their decisions.